174, Michael Murphy gets the call tonight for Virginia, the sophomore from Westfield. 6-7 this year. His opponent, Gage Wright. No Lennox Wallach. He was a scratch today. He is out with an illness. So we don't get to see the transfer from Columbia. Instead, it's Gage Wright, the freshman out of the state of West Virginia. Parkersburg South, a 4-time West Virginia state champion.
He's tough. He was a blue chipper. And Virginia Tech, they're recruiting. I don't know what they are saying, but they're winning, and the recruits like the good shot, but even better hips there by Murphy to get the takedown. These two wrestled earlier in the year and was an overtime win by Murphy.
Murphy with the early takedown. He's become the main guy for the Cavaliers over the last couple of duels at 174.
And so there's a brick being thrown.
Brick is out from Virginia Tech.
I'm not sure what it was way after the takedown, so I'm wondering what the question is. So unfortunately, we can't hear, and it potentially might be a questionable locking hands, but we can't really hear, obviously. Well, you know what? Apparently, it wasn't the lock hands. It might have been that takedown. So the official, Scott Hall, said, you know what? No, it was too long. It was too long. You waited too long to throw the brick. And because the official said it took too long to throw the brick, you lose your challenge. And so that's why they didn't look at the video. So we thought it might have been the locking hands, but he was challenging that takedown, and it was too far. And the official said, nah, you lose that.
Michael Murphy jumped into the starting role at 174 earlier this year. Really, it happened right before Christmas. Justin Phillips, who is now out with an injury, Phillips bumped up from 74 to 84 before Christmas. So that's when Murphy inserted his name into that lineup card for Coach Steve Garland. Couple of ACC losses over the last couple of weeks. Ran into a buzzsaw with Lorenzo Norman of Stanford by Tech Fall last week, and then a 9-2 setback to Matty Singleton.
That Lorenzo Norman, I'm telling you, we're going to get him against NC State in a couple weeks. He is the real deal. Redshirt freshman from Blair Academy. He's currently ranked number 4 in the country. He is that good.
There's some really good freshman studs on that Stanford roster right now. What a great addition for the ACC and the sport of wrestling. Can't wait to see them make their Friday night duels debut in a couple of weeks. Valentine's weekend, right, buddy?
Yeah, that's right. My wife is going to come down and hang out in Raleigh.
You're ditching me for your wife. I see how it goes.
I'm always going to ditch you for my wife now.
You are a smart man. You are very smart.
Well, I love my wife. Huh?
Murphy with a 3-1 lead. Short time in this first period. Final few moments. Virginia on the board thanks to Hamilton at 65. And now Murphy trying to follow suit at 174. And oh, yeah, some of the youth getting involved here tonight. Love it. Look at that singlet.
As a confident young man coming to an arena in a singlet.
He has Greco written all over him, doesn't he? Big upper body. He's going to be tossing something.
All right. I'll give you that.
We start period number 2. It's going to be Murphy underneath. Gage Wright, a really good athlete. He was an excellent football player in the state of West Virginia as well. In fact, somewhat of a similar story to their heavyweight, Jimmy Mullen, in that Virginia Tech wanted him to play football, but Gage wanted to put his whole focus, and so did Coach Roby and the staff, on the sport of wrestling. But he was an all-state running back, one of the top running backs in the state of West Virginia.
That escape by Murphy was a sit-out. He literally sat, and he was patient. He kept his elbows in, sealed. When I say sealed, he put that one hand to the side and did a nice cut through. Critical part in this match because it's 4-1. Obviously, a takedown by Murphy really opens it up to looking towards bonus points. But if Wright gets a takedown, it's a tie match. So this is important for both wrestlers, either to extend the lead or good shot there by, we just talked about that. Tied up. Tied up with that shot. He sucked that in. And just like the match they had earlier in the season, it went into overtime, and now it's a 4-4 match.
Saw that split second there where Murphy, I thought, did a really good job just to get back to his base. He was in a vulnerable position. Bottomed out right now. Strengthen that upper body from the freshman Wright. Sit out near the edge from Murphy, and they go out of bounds. Michael Murphy, this is critical here with 11 seconds.
A good sweep single, but you see I just drove, look at him just running through, and then he finished it, looking for back points. 4-4 match. Two freshmen being, true freshmen being, inserted into the lineup, and they wrestled very well composed.
Sticks with him in the upper half. Murphy tried to roll his way through. Now sit out position. Wright in a good position to ride him out, and that's what he does. So Gage Wright in a 4-4 battle with Michael Murphy as we go to the third period, and it will be Wright starting underneath.
He's given an optional start. So he's conceded that he doesn't even try to ride the freshman. He's going to move forward and look for a takedown.
All right, let's go into the Virginia corner. Offense right now for Michael Murphy. What does he need to go to? Well, it's the offense coming from the freshman Wright, and he gets the takedown for 3.
As soon as Murphy reached, great reaction by the freshman to go to a double. I mean, right when he reached, he lowered his level and ran through. Improvement. Freshman had a tight match, lost in overtime, and now you see him open it up, this lead. I like what I'm seeing from these freshmen here, these true freshmen. They get an opportunity to showcase their talents, and they're doing well.
You see why the rest of the country has talked about the last few recruiting cycles for Roby and Virginia Tech. They have brought in some really good wrestlers.
It's 8-5. Riding time is in favor of Virginia Tech. So at this point, Murphy's got to do something now because he's got to try to eliminate the riding time.
It's a minute 26 of riding time, as you see in the lower left-hand corner. So Murphy needs to think 3, and in essence, going to have to look for a turn as well once he's on top. That riding time has been nullified. Working off that arm drag possibly. Now shoots in on a low single. Nothing to be found as Wright disappeared from that attack. 20 seconds to go.
Riding time is now secured. Oh, that was quick, quick, quick. It was like a matador right there. Olay. Nice win by the freshman. Turning it around from losing in overtime to a dominant 12-5 win.
The 2 freshmen making some noise for the fans here tonight. First it was Matt Henrich, and now it's Gage Wright's turn. Happy to be a Hokie as he showcases his pride to this crowd.
Look at this. Shot, running the feet, get that double, but it was that last takedown that he just swept around, and the freshman looked great. Virginia Tech in control.